Dear students, welcome back. Let us begin our class with a new word, that is word a day. And today's word is nail biter. It is a noun. Waiting for the result with excitement. Nail biter. This is called as nail baiting. See, for example, when you watch a movie or any sports or any cricket match, at the end, generally people are very excited to know that who will win the match. So at the time, what they do, they bite their nails. Actually, it is not a good habit, because nail baiting, that is symbolically representing the stress and the feeling of insecure. Okay, anyhow, so nail biter is a noun that is waiting for the result with excitement. And the usage would be, I think it would be apt to say that American elections are a real nail biter to the whole world, because people they're very excited. They didn't know who is going to become a president of America, right? So American elections are a real nail biter to the whole world. So this is today's word, nail biter. Okay, yes. So in our previous class, we discussed phrases and classes. As you know very well that phrases is a set of words which functions as a part of speech. Clauses are a set of words or a group of words that stands together and make a complete sense. And in classes also, we discussed it is a subordinate class and main class. Main class is a group of words which stands alone and gives a complete meaning. Subordinate class or dependent class is a group of words which gives complete meaning only with the help of main class. Okay. So in this class, we shall see what is simple sentence. Simple sentence has a subject and verb. Or you can call it has an independent class. For example, that is, if it has one class, only one class, it is called as a simple sentence. For example, I am a teacher. This is subject, this is verb. She took a car to reach the bus stand. Subject, verb. She took a car to reach the bus stand, which has one subject, one verb, that is one independent class. It is called as simple sentence. We are having biryani for a lunch. We are having biryani for a lunch. Subject, verb. That is, are having, that is no, subject, verb. We are having biryani for a lunch. So simple sentence is a sentence which has subject and verb, that is, which is independent class. Or you can call which has one class. This type of words are called as, sentences are called as simple sentences. Are you understanding? Okay. Yes. Now the next one is compound sentence. Compound sentences. Compound sentences has two independent classes, or which has two classes. If a sentence has two classes, it is called as a compound sentence. For example, see, I am a teacher. I am a teacher and my wife is a lawyer. I am a teacher, my wife is a lawyer. Look at this sentence. She tried to lift the suitcase, but it was heavy. But it was heavy. We tried to go by car, or we go by walk. Now see here. See, all the three sentences have two classes. I am a teacher. It is an independent class. Am I right? Because it stands alone and it is a complete sentence. What is class? Class is a group of words which stands for a complete sentences. My wife is a lawyer. My wife is a lawyer. It is an independent class. This is independent class and connected by and. She. See, she tried to lift the suitcase, and the suitcase was heavy. The suitcase was heavy because it represents the suitcase. The suitcase was heavy is a separate sentence. She tried to lift the suitcase is a separate sentence, and it get connected by a word but. And we try to go by car, it is a separate sentence, or we go by walk. See, compound words are connected by compound sentences are connected by coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions. Can you remember that coordinating conjunctions? Fanboys, we discussed. In conjunctions class, we discussed fanboys. For, and, nor, but. Okay, yet, so. So, compound sentences are connected by coordinating conjunctions. They are also called as coordinating classes, or they are also called as compound sentences. So, simple sentence has one class and compound sentences have two classes. Compound sentences have two or more than two classes. Then the last one is complex sentences. Complex sentences. Complex sentences. Complex sentences dependent class plus independent class. The structure of complex sentences. Complex sentence is a complex sentence has one dependent class and another one independent class. So compound sentences are that is connected by coordinating conjunctions. Okay, so complex sentences are connected by subordinating conjunctions. What are the subordinating conjunctions? When, because, in spite of, despite, when, if, so on. Can you understand this? See, for example, when he told a joke, we laughed. When he told a joke, we laughed. Look at here. This is a dependent class. We laughed, independent class. This can make a separate sentence, but not this. That is why this is called as dependent class. Can you get my point? Or you can write like this also. It can be write like this. We laughed when when he told a joke. Now look at here. See the difference. When he told a joke, we laughed. We laughed when he told a joke. Remember one thing, when a sentence begins with independent class, you must put comma here. When the sentence begins with a independent class, you need not to put comma there. That's one difference. Okay. And look at the sentence. If rain stops, we go out. If rain stops, we go out. If rain stops, dependent class. We go out is a independent class. This three words can make a sentence. That is why it is called as independent class. This is a dependent class. So merely if you say so, it seems very incomplete. If rain stops, this is dependent class, this is independent class. So the if, when, despite. See for example, in spite of fever, he attended all the classes. In spite of fever, he attended all the classes. In spite of fever is a dependent class. He attended all the classes is an independent class. See, he attended all the classes. This can be a separate sentence, but this cannot be. So that is why it is called as dependent class. This is a independent class. You may write, you may alter this sentence also. He attended all the classes in spite of fever. At that time, you need not to put comma there. If a sentence begins with the dependent class, then you must put comma here. Can you understand? So, simple sentence has only one class, which has subject verb. If it has subject and verb, it is a simple sentence. That means if it that is a simple sentence has only one class. Point number 2, compound sentence has two classes. That is two independent classes, which is connected by coordinating conjunctions, that is fan words. Two classes. In compound sentences, you have two classes, that is two independent classes. And complex sentence has one dependent class, one independent class, which is connected by subordinating conjunctions. That is spite, in spite of, despite, when, if, until. Okay. He won't go to house. He won't go to house until he finishes the examination. He won't go to house. He won't go to house until he finishes the examination. He won't go to house is an, or you can say this, okay, until he finishes an examination, he won't go to house. So that can be, right, dependent class or independent class, or independent class or dependent class. If dependent class comes first, there must be a comma there. If independent class comes, there need not to be, you need not to put comma there. Okay, so complex sentence has got one independent class, one dependent class. That can be altered. Okay. We shall meet in next class. Thank you so much.